growing up, I was tops of my class my whole life. I was a good kid, a great student, naturally. Parents never asked me to do homework. I just always did it as soon as I got home because I wanted to make my teacher proud. I wanted to be a good kid and a good father one day. I got my bachelor's degree a year early, jumped into the career that I thought I always wanted. I did that career for 20 years, worked for all kinds of people, and it pulled me in every direction except up. Now here I am, pushing 40 years old. I don't do that career anymore. And now I'm analyzing Fartcoin as if I'm launching satellites for NASA. We have to get this right. The taxpayers are wondering what's going to happen. We got to make money on this. This is our last chance before the robots take over. So Fartcoin, will it vanish like a fart in the wind? Or will it eat a bucket of Harkins popcorn and a gallon of cheap ice cream, gas itself up, and blast all the way back to 170? Or even halfway there would be impressive. That would be a big fart. And it looks like it's just another dead, stupid coin. I mean, we had an insane rally. But then, it fell harder than everybody else. It dropped 40% in the past week. But then I noticed something interesting on the chart. Well, would you look at that? That yellow anchored monthly VWAP. That's the quarterly, April 1st. So far, whenever we venture to it, it becomes strong support. And now we're retesting that April 1st anchored VWAP again. And then I look at the monthly retrace anchored VWAP for July. Remember, our new month of August is about to start, which we'll get into later. That retest would bounce you all the way up to at least right here, right around here. Say you jump in an ass cheeky, fart long, low leverage right here. If it bounces off this support, you're making some nice money on this fart move. I mean, we're talking 22, 23%, and that's conservatively. That's just retracing your VWAP average. This is nothing. You could easily get double that if it's a big fart. Or does it just die? Like so many coins before it. I'm taking a chance on a Fartcoin long. Nothing crazy. A small position, low leverage. I'm just going to let it ride. If we get a daily close below, what was this low here? It's 80 cents. If we get a daily close at 80 cents or lower, I'm out. I'm just going to let it die. But if it's going to recover, if Fart is going to recover, it's right where we are. It tapped this exact $1 while Jerome was scaring everybody today. And it's slowly trying to recover. This could be a bogus fake out. Just some after burbles and then we're dead. Or maybe you do recover. You have some uncleared yellow X's on the 15-minute at 124 and 132. You have your previous month's anchored VWAP right at the same area. And then you have your 236 on the fib. A lot of stuff is kind of right here that should be addressed normally. It doesn't have to with shitcoins, but this would be a good spot to go with a high likelihood. Why did I start with Fartcoin? Oh yeah, because it's a perfect summation of the world we live in today. Now let's go on to the real things. So we have Bitcoin, chopping and flopping. For a while there, it looked like we were getting a Bart Simpson. Like, oh, a bunch of chop, and then I thought we were dead men, right? We nearly cleared this CME gap. We were within $200 of it, of the one I had on my chart, but maybe because I'm on a slightly different exchange or a slightly different chart. But that seemed to be the dip we were looking for because it recovered quickly, fell back into the range we were before. And now we're just waiting to see what happens next. But the monthly retest, the anchored VWAP retest that I've been harping on every month and making good money on, this one isn't that convincing. So we had the July retest. This is something you look for at the beginning or like the first, second, and third day of the following month. It happened early. It happened today. because everybody got flash scared from Jerome Powell. So this move right here, this retap in the monthly, that's supposed to happen like a couple days from now. All right, the start of the next month, but it happened early, so I don't know what I'm supposed to aim for right now, because it already happened like 36 hours earlier than it normally does. So do we retest down again and fall further, perhaps looking at a previous month's anchored VWAP that we haven't resolved yet? Or has that already resolved? We're fine. We're just going to keep chopping and then eventually revisit the top of the range and beyond. I don't know yet. So we're going to keep an eye on the USDT dominance chart. That helps no matter what coin you're trading. See, USDT did the same thing. It did its anchored monthly VWAP retest early. That was today rather than 2 or 3 days from now. Flash tested it, got rejected, which is great. We want this chart to go down for your crypto prices to go up, right? So we're looking at a rejection. And if it continues going down, great, the bull run continues. But if instead it goes, just kidding, and goes back up, now all your alts are going to get mutilated. And then I'm looking for fresh longs if we were to get back up to here, about 4.5%, because there was a lot of volume in this area. And that's kind of where I'd start looking for a rejection down again. But the first target is this monthly anchored VWAP, this line sloping down here. And we've already touched it a bit early. Now let's look at some other popular ones. Ethereum has been super resilient. I know the big boys are interested. BlackRock's buying some now, because Bitcoin's been its top performer. So now the customers are asking, hey, what else can you get me there? Well, we can go to Ethereum. And Ethereum's still drastically underperforming Bitcoin. Okay, this should be 10 grand right now. But I do like how resilient it was with the last dump we got. So its monthly anchored VWAP retest is down here. This is a big drop, down to a little under 3,300 right now. So if you were to follow this strategy, within the next week, this should dump down to wherever this white line ends up being. Or does it ignore it? This move was pretty sharp. Maybe it ignores it. We've had cases like that every once in a while with other coins. Here's Bitcoin. Here was your April 1st VWAP. So May 1st, it should start to retest this line right here. It did not happen. It completely ignored this. And it still is. So we're way up here still. This does need to be resolved at some point. And that's what kind of makes me hesitate with Bitcoin longs. That's a big thing that we have to worry about under us, like Jaws swimming under us. At some point, it's going to bite us. Okay, well, I don't know when that is, but it's going to happen at some point. I'm looking at SUI lately. How's SUI doing? That's the previous week. Where's our previous month? Here it is. Yeah, same thing. SUI already tapped its target. So maybe we just recover upwards from here. We do have some uncleared yellow X's at, we got 415, another one at 430-ish. Yeah, so I mean, it's a mess. I know my charts are super busy now, but we've been clearing yellow X's like crazy lately. Solana already tapped its previous month. Are we looking at a similar recovery? This is the fresh weekly VWAP, this like pinkish line here. Let me zoom in a little bit. You could retest that, but we're kind of in no man's land. Like, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Doge, very similar chart. Everything's looking like this. But what happened to copper? I mean, this happened in 2 minutes today. Right here, I watched it live. Jerome Powell said, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Boom! Did copper come out as trans? Like, did every meth head on Earth decide to pawn copper at the same time? Why did this happen? I mean, copper's a real thing. Did it suddenly become useless? Somebody in the comments tell me why copper took a 20% shit today. I feel sorry for actual metals that should exist and should have real value, while something like Solana, which is software nobody actually needs, this is fine, a stabby recovery. We live in a Fartcoin world, okay? Okay, so August is weird because the month starts on a Friday going into a weekend. So I don't really think we get a clear signal on a lot of this stuff until the 3rd, 4th, or 5th, when the next full normal trading week begins of the month. I'm always here. I'm always staring at my screen, so maybe something cool happens, but the move I'm usually looking forward to has already happened early on a lot of this stuff. And yeah, see, it's already happened. So I don't really know where we're going. I'm going to need more data. So I wish you all the best. Make money, and I'll see you next time.